I should get an item that gives me the Kirby power.
Yes, you so should. And on that lovely note, hello and welcome to Blunders and Bothwellisna, the Wounded Witch edition, and the most fantastic gift we could possibly start on. This is the Tuesday party, known popularly as Carnal Eclipse. They have left horses, and they have found themselves in another plane of existence. This one is known as Mechanus. They have just stepped through, hoping to get their friend Kaloja repaired as half his body has been blasted away, but not his penis. I believe I was asked that last time by somebody. No, it's just...
Yeah, I remember when you listed his injuries and you were like, from the waist and genitals down. I was like, oh, Rob's obviously made that a specific thing.
Specific NPC requests, yeah. He's also lost a good chunk of his jaw and pieces of his face, etc., etc. However, is unconscious. Your other friend, Vincent Poe, has agreed to accompany you, and the Angel Partalanor managed to finish setting up a very unstable portal for you guys to step through. One use only, I'm afraid, and once you've gone into Mechanus, the only way back is through the passages of time. Timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly things. And so you guys step through, and you have come out, and you are all going to have to make me a Constitution check, please.
Check or save?
Check, please.
Oh.
Oh, fuck, I rolled a 2.
Oh, yeah.
Said every woman ever.
What?
Ha!
But what?
Great start. My goodness.
I wish it was a save. That would have been so much better for me.
Wow. Oh, fuck, guys, I think I'm dead.
You were instantly turned into a robot.
Oh.
You're not dead on a check, it's alright.
That +1, bro. That +1.
Okay. So, Apricity, Vitheritas, I nearly read needles then. Apricity, Vitheritas, and Arissa. Currently, you feel a great wave of sort of heat hit you. It's sort of like walking into a desert. It's hot, and you can see all around you is a huge whirring system of cogs and gears. Some of them look miles and miles long. Instead of sky, you can see a sort of brassy bronze orange colour that peeks in through the gaps in the cogs and wheels above your heads. Miles and miles above you, but still making up the whole of this planet you've stepped onto. As far as the horizon, there are massive cogs making up a huge mechanical system of who knows what. Some of them whir and click and spin really fast, and others don't seem to be moving at all, but they're all interconnected. It seems all the buildings as well, the streets beneath your feet, the buildings you can see as this vast city is spread in front of you. Everything is interconnected and made of cogs, giant and small. You can see some rotating keys, and you can also see some creatures, which I will put in as a picture now.
Can we just already start befriending the creatures?
I was considering poking something into one of the cogs and seeing what happens once it gets stuck.
Oh, they are awesome!
Continuously all around you, you can hear whirring and clicking. You can see little creatures, and they range in height from about 1 foot high to somewhere near 4.5, 5 foot, depending on what they are. They all look busy, and they seem to communicate in a series of They don't seem to be speaking any language any of you recognize. Some of them are pacing around in seemingly designed routes, keeping an eye on everything else. Some of them are turning keys, some of them are moving about, some of them are building. They all look busy, and they all seem to have their own place and a hierarchy as you go along. But there is a vast, huge city. What would you like to do?
Can we see anything other than these little guys? Is there anything that looks different to them around?
Make a perception check.
Natural 20.
Nice.
So that's 22 with a natural 20.
Okay, and you're looking to see if there's sort of any other creatures besides these ones.
Yeah, maybe some humanoids, maybe something that's not a mechanical little beastie.
Okay, as far as you can tell, no, these are the only creatures you can see. You haven't been rushed upon. A few of the nearby ones that are small have paused in their work to look at you and then gone instantly back to what they were doing. And a few of the larger creatures that seem to be walking in specific designated paths, they are looking around, and a couple of them have stopped and are eyeing you.
How close is the nearest creature? Small or big?
Probably about 20 feet away.
And have we literally just popped out of nothing and just appeared?
You look behind you. Arissa's waving. You look behind you and you can see a large portal. It's currently empty and it's got sort of cogs and gears all around it, and it looks as if it's a portal people appear through, but it doesn't appear active, and you get the impression that people do not return or cannot return through it.
Okay. I'll take all of them through, do those.
Yes, we specified that all of the pets came through as well.
Oh yes, all the pets. So the Theratos is now using his mount to herd the goat, and weasel, and the pack horses. So you guys have all landed through Old MacDonald had their farm. And you're not causing quite the stir you potentially would have done. These creatures seem to be very intent on what they're already doing. The cogs, you can poke at some. Would you like to poke at the cogs in the nearby buildings, on the ground beneath your feet, or would you like to attempt to fly miles and miles into the sky and poke the really big ones up there?
Fuck you guys.
Well, I'm assuming you're actually sitting on it.
Yeah, fair play. If we've gone through with all the mouths. No, see, I want to stay right near Closure, so I probably, communicated to Virus to stay nearby. But...
No, but
Sorry about train.
No, but he's such a bore.
But
Sorry, I had to.
So what's Vincent doing?
He is currently with Kalasia, and he is looking around. He looks like he's looking for something specific at the moment.
Sorry, say that again?
He's looking around for something specific at the moment.
Alright, so can I fly up and scout ahead?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Now it works again. My mic seemed to have died a bit, so that's why I was typing for a bit.
I see. Yes, he is looking around, and yes, you can fly up. What would you like to look for?
Anything of interest, really. You know, so something that can interact with us instead of just stare at us and walk past in like their
Okay.
automated routines.
Do a perception check.
That one.
Yeah.
So that gives me a total of 9.
Okay. Wow, this city is confusing and complicated. There's cogs everywhere. It's like being inside a wind-up watch.
I'll fly down and just shut my wings around me, the way Cypher taught me, and then just stand in between the rest of the group, going, yeah. So maybe we should find something that seems more familiar in this.
Vincent holds up a hand, not unkindly, just to silence you for a moment, and he steps forward. and he makes a couple of hand gestures at one of the taller creatures nearby. And the creature seems to be in communication with him for a moment. A couple of small creatures come towards you, Varric.
Yes.
I think they like things that fly.
And they scuttle up your body on spindly legs. And they start floofing about with your wings, like trying to pull one out and examine it.
Can I slap him away? like not aggressively, but more like, hey, don't pull that.
Sure. They jump back sort of onto your shoulders. And they jump onto the floor. And they stand in front of you, and you see them between themselves. They pick up a few cogs nearby, and they spend a couple of minutes, and they construct like a miniature pair of clockwork wings. And they strap them to one of themselves, and he sort of moves it, and they don't move the way your wings would do, but they sort of go up and down, and they sort of give each other a sort of high five and sort of scuttle away again.
Can I flap my wings to show them how they should move?
Sure. You flap your wings, they hear this and turn around. And they sort of run back and they sort of circle you for a couple of seconds, looking at how they move. And then they sort of go ahead and tinker away again. And they edit the wings again, and now they both have a pair, and they imitate flight. They can't move, they can't fly, but they imitate flight. And they seem quite, they're childlike, but they're machines, so who knows how old they are. And they now sort of are running around each other with their arms out, sort of making zoom, like, and they are making sort of flying patterns with their wings, and they scuttle off.
Nice. Varric would just snicker at the sight and just like, yes, Aplicity, that was exactly what I was hoping you'd say.
But like,
not more pets! This is not where I brought you in.
we either find something and fuck it, eat it, or make it a pet. Like, that just seems to be...
Yeah, but if Rido were here, it's at least two of those options.
We'll get her a special one with, special capture.
Also, do we not just need someone who can make these and then, have them build us our new servants in the keep?
Oh, yeah. Oh, but I still want to give jobs to the people, though.
Yeah, but we'd have both, because obviously the robots can't cook.
You've mutinied them out of a job.
But they're going to burn the keep whilst we're gone and kill all of them, whatever the things are called. Cool.
You guys do notice now that Vincent Poe has finished his conversation, and the creature has turned and looked at a slightly smaller creature that's also walking about and communicated. And it has then passed it along and along and along. And the creatures they pass it to seem to get smaller and smaller and smaller until it reaches a very small creature, just about half a foot taller than the little ones that liked you, Varric. And it scuttles away. And then moments later, a wave of creatures come rushing out, and they all stop in a big row in front of Vincent, who communicates in hand gestures. And they circle Kalosia, and the taller ones pick him up, and they immediately start carrying him away through the street. Vincent turns to you and says, "They remember him and are going to start work and do the best that they can. I would very much like to stay and accompany him, so I am here when he comes round. I appreciate you have other things you need to do here. I have ways of finding you, so please, distract yourselves, keep occupied, and I will send word when I can, although this may take some time."
Before you go, I mean, it's very good of you to stay with them while we handle other business and such. But before you go, is there any way we can communicate with these robots, things, and anything else that we can communicate with?
If you need help, make this hand gesture. And he puts his two hands out like you're making two L shapes, and then twists one upside down.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you wish to say thank you, do this. And he puts his two fists together and clicks them.
Okay, I keep repeating the movements that he does to like see if I do them correctly.
And if you wish to greet one of them, do this. And he puts his hands into two C's and makes a sort of like twisting motion.
This is very clocky. Congratulations.
I would very much like videos of the DM doing all of these, please.
Yes.
Alright, on it.
When you said the two fists and then like clicks them together, is it like the friend's gesture that Ross uses to swear at Monica?
Alright. Not quite, no, hang on. Okay. Help is thank you, and is hello.
Are there any rude gestures that we should probably avoid?
Now, if I taught you those, I feel like you would only use them, Varric.
No, it's more so that, you know, where waving is normal in Borson, if it were like a fuck you here, I wouldn't want to wave at anything, you know? More that, so that I don't accidentally anger them.
Well, I already waved, so I think that's okay.
Yeah, nothing's come and bitten you yet, so...
They did try to pull my wings out, though.
Yeah, but they were just curious. I don't think they were trying to rip them off.
No, they're not trying to rip them off. No. Okay, I have sent it
No,
to our Facebook chat. And I look ridiculous. So, he says, Varric, waving will not get you in trouble. They may look at you like you're very strange, but it will not get you in trouble. Don't worry.
Okay.
Arkan. Arkan, get your nose out of that book. That very, very dirty book. And listen to me.
I glare at Prissy.
I'm just gonna look like sheepishly like, eh.
When did you release a new book? I thought he had read those several times.
Well, you know, when you get hold of the literature, sometimes it's fun to read it over and over. Oh,
Arkan,
Arkan,
you must concentrate and help these people. It's what Kel would want, and I swear I will be in touch as soon as I know anything, but you know how long this process takes. You must be patient. Understand?
Yeah, I do.
Vincent, I'm massively appreciative of these creatures wanting to help us, but how are we to pay them? What do they accept for their work?
They don't need paying as such. It is not as simple as they owe me a favor right now. But for you, I would say if you can offer some service for them in return, that is how they see payment. Gold does not exchange hands here. It is more prove yourself useful, do something for them, they will help you. Everyone is a cog in their machine. If one cog is working harder than another, then they're not equal, you see?
And I've noticed that the bigger ones seem to give smaller ones orders. If we were to offer our services and prove that we're worthy of having our friend helped, would we talk to one of the larger creatures?
I would suggest it, yes. If you find a smaller creature, they act as runners, and they can convey messages a lot quicker. If you were wanting to get word to me, I would suggest finding one of those, but word will filter down to them regardless. Perhaps I would advise do not interrupt anyone who appears to be very busy. They all have their jobs, they all have their purpose. Interrupt any of them too much and they will start to ignore you.
And you said
That's
this
rude.
process takes time. How long are we thinking? Days? Week? More?
Arkan, do you remember how long it took them to make his arm?
Build the arm, it really did take it long, but it was fixing the arm to work with his nervous system and all that. That took months. This isn't a simple arm. This is going to be something different.
Thank you.
I can hear Rosie through your mic.
Chris, you keep staring us have to.
She sent a movie.
Yeah. Thanks, Rosie.
No
I can't stop it.
problem.
Okay.
The only issue is if we spend a lot of time here, for example, if we were to spend a couple of months here, that could mean years back home.
Is there any way we would be able to check on the process of closure? It obviously sounds like we can't stay here for the whole thing, but
I can try. Let's see if Cypher could do something. I don't know. Contact him. They may need his help, I don't, but he can get information back over somehow. I hope.
Arkin, do you know where they will take him?
Probably to, like, what I think was what Kel said to me was some kind of workshop. He never really talked about it much, but it's kind of deep within the city itself.
Vincent, is it anywhere that we could visit? Just, I know they're busy and they don't want to be interrupted, but I'd just love to check on him, if we could whilst we're here.
You want to check on closure?
Yeah.
Persody, I know I really want to sleep before we go, but we really can't spend more than a day or two here at all, because that could be months back home.
And Vincent Poe will just interrupt here and say, also they are quite happy to do these procedures for us, but very, very private about their inner workings. We would not be allowed in. Even I have to wait and can only be allowed to see him when they permit it, and only because they know me rather well. They do not let anyone in to see their process, so it would be days before you'd be allowed to see him, at the least, anyway. I apologize that the last sight of him you have is so bloody, but we have to act fast. I know you understand.
This is out of character, has Kelvin taken away, or is he still
He's
for us to see?
in the process of being carried away. They've the little ones have sort of paused. They're waiting for Vincent to come with them, but they're also inspecting Cal and sort of giving the sort of tick 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 tick. Gonna hurry up. Arissa, I'll do you in just 1 second.
Okay.
I would like to break away from the group and run over to Kalosia's stretcher and find his least wrecked cheek.
Big old
And I want to give him a kiss on the cheek, please.
You may.
I'm just gonna look at him and kind of squeeze his less bloodied shoulder. And then I'm gonna take a feather, like I've got a collection of feathers kind of in a breast pocket that are Warmin's orange and coloured feathers. And I'm just gonna tuck one onto him somewhere, obviously not in an open wound.
Stab, stab, stab.
What's that?
Your mouth.
I quill.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of like tuck it into a bit of clothing and kind of greet him and whisper and say, "It's okay, Cal. You'll be okay."
Alright, and with that, Vincent Poe will stride quickly away with all these little mechanical contraptions and the half body, well, 2/3 body of Kalosia. Arissa, do me a perception check with advantage.
Okay.
Oh god, the fucking llamas and hats. I've not seen that for years.
Nostalgia. 17 for perception.
I think we need to put hats on all your mounts now, just saying.
Arissa approves.
Arissa had like a fucking dressing up box that she carries around with her.
Arissa pulls out knitting and starts making woolen bobble hats.
For no reason whatsoever.
Arissa, you have a look through your goggles. You can see some flecks of dust way off in the distance on the other side of this sort of mechanical city.
Okay. I'll turn to Vitheritas because he was the one who asked me. There's dust in that direction. I just kind of point. It's really far away.
He'll look in the general direction, then glance back at her and go, "Are you alright?"
Yeah, I just saw something I wasn't expecting. I'm very confused.
Take your time with it and let us know if there's anything we can help you with.
She smiles gratefully up at him and goes, "Thank you."
He's going to turn around and look at Barak and go, "I think we're going to want to look in that direction.
Okay.
You reckon you can get a look from above and see if there's anything that stands out?"
I can certainly try.
Yes, you can. Yes, pretty much that.
I'll,
How did you find the picture from my album that I was about to send, for goodness sake?
oh shit!
It's okay. It's saving me a job. It's
I was
fine.
looking up Cog City to see if I could find gifts, and then I found this, and I was like, "Ooh, that's pretty."
You and I have been doing the same thing.
Genius.
Yes, do a perception check, Marek, and you can fly off in the direction you are pointed.
Yeah, I'll just like take a running start, fly off, and like quite a bit away from the group to look a bit further ahead.
Okay. You do notice that to go all the way over to where they're pointing will take about an hour of walking. It goes sort of through the city, which thankfully is structured in sort of square roads. There's nothing particularly winding. There's some circular routes, but they're all very well done. There's no windy-twindy cobblestone streets or alleyways. There's a long big street and then smaller branching ones off it, like a big tree. And most of them go in straight lines or big circles as well. So 28, yeah, that's fine. You see more creatures, all the clockwork as well, and you see huge giant cogs in the sky that stretch all the way to the horizon. You see a very large, tall building that looks like a clockwork clock tower. God, try saying that 10 times fast. It does have a clock face on the side, on all 4 sides of it, right at the top. And you notice that this is touching the sky at the moment. A huge, large cog actually is touching the very tip of this building. And that's right
Just the
on
tip.
the edge of where they're pointing.
Oh, it's as if Redo was here.
So I see the massive cog that touches the sky, and I saw the clockwork clock tower.
Did you say cock sour?
I was also taking a sip of beer at the same time. I should not do that while talking.
Swing, motherfucker!
In that case, I fly back to the group a bit, and I'll just relay. It's at least an hour walking, but there's one massive cog, and also a big tower with a clock right there.
Well, it's worth investigating, I guess.
But Theratos has a pack chain of horses now.
He's still trying to work out what the fuck to do with the goat.
Call it Charlie and just turn it into shawarma.
He's actually going to turn around to Varric and go, "So you still got your rope?"
Let me check my inventory real quick.
You know, if Arkham wasn't being such a miserable git right now, he'd probably jokingly say, "I thought you and Rita would have enough rope for all of us."
Oh shit, actually, I left my rope when I went Mission Impossible right before slamming the demon-in-law with my
Right.
Yeah.
thing.
It's okay, but you can have my rope.
Ooh. Thank you, Arissa.
Sometimes you choose.
So he's going to tie the goat up specifically and hand the other end of the rope to Varric and go, "Your problem, your goat."
Can I sit on the goat? It's as big as the elk.
It's a big figure, isn't it?
It was specified to be as big as the elk, so I'll ride the fucking goat.
Varric rides the goat, okay. So, as you all ride/walk/fly on the carpet in that direction, I'm going to say Reedu's probably riding on the carpet, just because that's a haughty thing that she would do. And... okay. And you guys walk, and you guys walk, and you guys walk. It's very beautiful all around you. It's still quite hot. Those of you who rolled on your constitution earlier, you're feeling the heat. It's, in fact, Arissa, you're feeling very, very, very hot right now.
Oh. Should I roll a d20?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love the excitement. Natural one.
Make it.
Was that a natural 1?
It was.
Okay, so
No.
Arissa, you can either
Wait.
be in your underwear or naked. Which one would you like?
Butt baby naked.
I think for now in underwear.
Okay. Aww, look at the little girl. Oh, it's adorable. Okay. Arissa feels the heat and is in underwear, riding along. Arissa, could you do me a dexterity check as well with disadvantage?
Okay. Why?
I shall tell you in a moment.
I rolled really, really well, and then I got a natural 1.
Aww.
Okay, well, Arissa, as you instinctively, upon getting too hot, start pulling your clothes off, are you walking or riding?
I think walking for now.
Okay. Still, as you are walking and pulling off your clothes and trying desperately to sort of pick them up and carry them, as you have your one item of clothing sort of stuck halfway over your head, you miss your footing on one of the cogs that's making up part of the floor and tip forwards, and you bang into the line of creatures that the Theratas had so carefully roped together, who take surprise at this and start to stampede off and around you. You are buffeted backwards and forwards. You take 10 points of bludgeoning damage from the creatures around you and are buffeted off the side of the path you're walking along and start to fall downwards off the edge onto a very far down mechanical system below. Before the rest of you can react, however, you guys hear a very loud poof and I believe some sort of angry sigh. Like a sort of and Arissa is caught and bamfed back onto the path ahead of you all. Ahead of you, just holding onto Arissa, you see a familiar person. Well, she seems familiar, only she looks a lot younger than when you last saw her, and is looking very, very grumpy indeed, and does not... looking for my thing. I haven't got the right conversation. You can describe how you look yourself.
Okay. You cannot be serious! Can you not go one day without being in danger? Is it so difficult to protect this woman from being harmed? Not only was I forced to regrow a new body and use one of my remaining contracts to speed up this process, but I come back to this! I am very displeased right now with you, all of you. Hannibal storms in Arisa's direction, fuming and bypassing everyone else in the group. Once she's in front of her, her hands explode in blue fire as she reaches for Arisa's cheeks. Once she is holding them, the blue fire covers Arisa's whole body with blue light that slowly disappears inside her skin. Hannah relaxes just a tiny bit, but she is still very, very angry. She turns to glare at the rest of you. Why was no one watching where she was going?
Arissa's just like staring at her like, you died! What?
I did not die! Did you forget what I am?
Hannah, I still don't know what you are.
An eyeball eater?
I never knew.
For heaven's sake, this is not even my real body. And look at this! I couldn't even reach it from full maturity. Look how young this is. Ugh.
It's so pretty.
What have you been doing?
I was walking.
Well, take your clothes off.
Business.
I was really hot, okay?
Oh, for goodness sake, come here. Hannibal puts her hands again on Arisa's cheeks and uses a spell to cool her down. Inevitably, she starts feeling cold, so she's forced to put her clothes on.
Oh my god, that looks good.
Okay.
Get dressed! And you! She points in Veric's direction. Why are you all the way over there? You're supposed to protect her. And you! She points in Veric's direction. I thought that saying that she couldn't have alcohol also implied that she could keep her safe. Why is she not safe?
Are you staring?
She's gotten, by the way, she's gotten a bit shorter because she's, instead of her 30s, she's in her 20s, somewhat. The body, at least.
Yes, younger.
And, yeah, and just to describe, there's literally, where she came from, there's a row of blue fire, and every once in a while, her hands and her eyes flash blue from how pissed off she is. So, careful.
The paladin's still trying to process the fact that, someone that he saw disintegrate is still standing in front of him.
I bet this is going to be a one-sided conversation for a moment, Hannah.
Why are you all just staying there? Answer my questions!
Hannah, we don't know what you are, so watching you disintegrate, we thought you were gone.
Ah, for the love of... I cannot die from something so simple as an explosion. Or being stabbed. Or decapitated.
What? I'm just going to kind of look from Hannah to everybody else and to Arkin's sad face and be like, why don't we just send her to set the fucking bomb?
You could have. You didn't ask.
We didn't know?
Next time, ask.
Arissa
next time you need to do terrorism.
Arissa just looks at very much like a school child having been told off by the head teacher.
Aww.
Try not to make it awkward. Try not to make it awkward. She almost fell to her doom. What if I hadn't rushed with this body? What if I had waited until it was in its 30s? Then what? Then what? I put a lot of time into this. And a lot of magic.
Well, Arkin just...
Arisa, as she says this, by the way.
As Arkin just walks past you to continue walking, says, she's safe. Nothing really bad. Keeps walking.
Oh yes, mister, I can use magic. But will that let her fall for her doom? I am not in the mood for you, Arkham. I am not in the mood for any of you. We're going to start walking. Arisa is going to be by my side. And you're not to go away from me even 1 meter. Do you understand?
Arkin will interrupt and just scream at her and says, and I'm not in the mood for you either. Just keeps walking.
Someone's going to have a stick up his ass in a few moments if he doesn't shut up.
Hannah,
yeah, she'll literally mumble this, by the way.
More than you can imagine.
Hannah,
give him a break.
Please, he's worried about Kel.
I hope you understand that even though I did not die, I could still feel my whole body disintegrating into nothing. I have every good reason to be mad at the moment. Now, someone catch me up on where the hell are we?
I thought you knew most of everything.
That information was blown away with the brain in the former body. I lost a lot of information about this world. As I've not had the time to regain it back, and this brain is smaller than the last one.
Therapist is just going to look at Varric and go, oh, you, friend. I think you're best suited for this.
Yeah, Varric. Isn't this your friend?
I don't know. The Hannah I thought I knew died. What? Wait. So now that you're here, shit, out of game moment for a second.
Okay. Sorry, she's on a rampage right now. She's really
Varric
happy.
will start to feel very guilty very quickly now.
Oh, fantastic.
The little flower.
Varric may have, set loose those monster eggs on the city in retribution because Hannah died. And now she's not dead. And he assumes that those monsters will hatch and murder the city.
Alright, so irresponsible.
Well, that character doesn't really know this, so this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, but that's what, Okay, so I'm gonna go back in character now, just to keep it clear. We are, we went through an unstable portal, so now we're here, and Kel is getting healed, and we're gonna get on the airship. And also, oh shit. If you are alive and I did that to get payback for your death, then... Guys, I fucked up a little. And then I'll look down at the goat, rip the fur tighter, and just start riding along.
Barrick, what did you do?
I made a mistake. Because no one in that fucking city cared that Hannah died, I may have given the monster egg a place to hatch where they wouldn't expect it.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, you did that for me.
Anna, that's not a good thing.
Of course it is. Oh, give me a hug, Varric.
This woman needs to sort out her priorities.
Annabelle gives Varric a hug, pats his head, and she's in a better mood now. But she's still blaring at Arisa if she gets too far away from her.
The therapist is going to tap Arisa and go, the elk's placid if you want to ride it. I'll deal with the other animals. And he looks back at Barrick and go, and if you don't mind, I'll deal with this.
Go right ahead.
I still don't know where we are. Or what. So, oh yes, the other person got in the same explosion as me. He's still alive? That's impressive for a human.
The therapist is going to look at Hannibal and go, Kel's a lot tougher than he looks. And then turn his attention back to Varric and go, anything that happens at Fort William will be on you. Let's hope it's nothing but a bird.
They willingly set us on this suicide mission. They knew that there was little chance to survive.
We could have planned that better.
Oh, no. That explosion would have killed everybody. That was a trap.
Mechanus is just going to glare at Annabelle and then turn around back to Varric. There were ways we could have dealt with that.
No, you would have died.
In the meantime, we got a job to do.
Whoa.
Let's just say these were not the first humans to willingly sacrifice Varric. Or the first people to willingly sacrifice Varric.
Yeah.
The previous ones were elves. He's still gonna kill them.
So, you guys all are gonna continue onwards in the same direction.
Yeah, the therapist will unloop the other animals off the elk and literally just lead them by rope while he's...
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna offer Verti the ride and just fly ahead to scout ahead.
Well, I get the goat back. Yay.
I think the elk would not like that. Animals don't really like me, Arisa.
No, she's asking Hannah if she's allowed. Like, can I get on the thing?
Oh, okay. Sorry. Read that long.
No, it's
The
fine.
elk
She
will just...
narrowed her eyes at you, then looks at the creature, then looks at a little down your body, and just fine. But stay where I can see you.
Yes, Hannah. Yay!
As you guys are walking along, the circus of animals that you have brought with you, a couple of them pause for a moment and do a little poo. And you guys notice that some of the smaller creatures appear within seconds and clear it up. And it's gone in a flash and cleaner than the floor has been even before that. And it seems as though everything here is very polished and everybody is on it with their jobs.
Is it like a little cleaner box in Wall-E?
Similar, only they've got arms, legs, and eyes, and noses and mouths.
Are they sweeper bots from Destiny? They have arms.
Yeah, I'm not 100% because I haven't played that very much, but
Here.
similar but less creepy. More spindly arms. I'm watching you today.
Without looking, the therapist will go, and I'm watching you too.
Tell me something that isn't new.
The elk will just snort in Annabelle's face and start walking off.
Annabelle will start walking like nothing happened, but you can see that she's constantly looking at her hands and her arms, and every once in a while she makes a disdain-like face.
Oh dear. Varric is debating. That's always terrible.
No.
But of course.
Hey, it's been at least 3 episodes where I haven't done so.
I'm sure it's been about 3 minutes, but yeah.
Everyone's feeling sad. We need some entertainment.
That's very true. It's very true. Varric,
However, the last 5 cards I pulled have been bad.
so statistically, it's got to be a good one, right?
No, because the deck shuffles.
Yeah.
So statistically, it should have been weird that I pulled 5 bad cards in a row.
Well,
You know what?
Varric, do you want to pull a card?
Well, the issue is I'm debating if in character it would happen. Because Varric is right now in a place of lots of anger and awkward and guilt and sadness, and he doesn't know what to do, and in that case he usually pulls a card. You know what? Yeah, I'll convince myself. I pull a card.
Okay, roll a d20.
17.
Okay. In the meantime, you guys...
Please not kill me, please not kill me.
I'm just going to... 17 was that? Oh, I need to reshuffle these, sorry. Hang on a sec.
Oh, let's hope that it's not too bad this time.
Okay, Varric, this is a card you've pulled before.
Uh-oh. Most of the cards I've pulled have been bad. I'm keeping track.
As you're walking along, and oh no, Felicity, stay with us, no! As you're walking along, you pull it out, you recognise the symbol upon it, and the world around you turns grey and misty. And do you want to jump into the Bothwell chat?
Yeah, on it.